Hello everyone, this is a review of Dragon Fist VR Kung Fu for the Pico 4. Is it any good? Let's find out. Now, if you're ever into like The Matrix or any of these old school Kung Fu movies or even video games like Mortal Kombat, this does some things you might like. Now, the first stage actually takes place in a dojo, which instantly reminded me of the scene from The Matrix and some of these old school Kung Fu movies, giving it that nice Kung Fu vibe, which is what the game is going for.
Who sent you here?
I did really like the environments in this game. They had a lot of variety on different environments, so you're not just always stuck seeing the same stuff all the time. So it's not like one of those boxing games where you always see a boxing ring. You'll see a forest, you'll see a dojo, you'll see outdoor courtyard, and with different colors, different shadings. Brilliant, nice stuff. Now, there is one drawback to having these big environments, and that is you can't just move around by walking around your living room space, especially if you've got a small living room space. So you do actually have to use the analog sticks to move around, otherwise you'll be crashing into a wall or crashing into any objects around your house. And this brings us to our next point, which are the controls. The controls are responsive on your hands, but if you have the motion tracker for your ankles, making kicking in this game feel very awkward. Now, this isn't the first game I reviewed that uses motion tracker control for your legs. However, the animation doesn't match what you do in real life to what you do in the game. Here I was throwing roundhouse kicks, and in the game it looks like a crescent kick or front kick. But it wasn't the thing I was actually doing in real life. Now, the controls for the hands are very responsive, almost like every boxing game that's out there. But this game does do some unique stuff, so depending which button you press, you could turn your fist into a finger strike, you could turn it into a palm strike, or you could turn it into a 5-point palm exploding heart technique. And each strike has different properties. Some of them will knock them back, some of them will stun them, some of them will make them a bit dizzy. So if you do a finger strike, it might lock them in place. If you do like a punch, it might make them go flying. One other feature of this game that's very unique is the character selection and the enemies that you can get. Sometimes you can get multiple enemies, which I've not seen in any combat game so far. It also selects characters that have unique properties, so if your character wears a hat, you would see a hat on screen. If there's one improvement I would like to see if they do make a sequel, is probably sort out the controls of the opponent and the enemy. Sometimes I find it's a bit too floaty. The way they move it's almost like they're gliding off the floor rather than actually having a tactile movement off the ground. This game does some unique things in terms of VR combat, such as different controls, different movements, different environments, different characters, and there is some fun to be had. However, there could be a few improvements that it can do to make it more fun.